Hi everyone, this review is going to be for MAC's brand new Lightness of Being collection. This collection includes all mineralized products. It is currently available on maccosmetics.com and at Nordstrom. And if you want to purchase it in stores, it will be available at MAC stores on December 26th. As always, please go to allurabeauty.com for full reviews and photos of the swatches, including the lip products applied to the lips. For the purpose of this video, we're going to swatch the colors for the first time with each other to see how they apply and what kind of payoff they have. And I'll give you my first impressions of the video. Then the written reviews go up after I fully test each item. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to not miss videos like this and be eligible for the tons of giveaways that I host. And make sure you stay tuned for the upcoming videos, including videos for the best products of 2014, which will be a series this year and will be published shortly. Alright, let's get into looking at MAC's Lightness of Being collection. So first up, let's look at the mineralized blushes. These cost $27 each. I do want to briefly mention that the mineralized skin finishes that are promoted with this collection are not new limited edition colors. So if you don't already have them and you see previous swatches of those colors and you know that you want them, then it could be a good opportunity to purchase them if you really love the embossed design, but otherwise the colors themselves are not new. Alright, so coming back to the blushes, this first shade is Please Yourself. Next up is Uplifting. So I'll swatch these first really intensely with my fingers for two reasons, just to show you really what it looks like in a concentrated form, but also to show you that there is an overlay that is sprayed on top of the pans. So at first with their overspray, you get this kind of really frosty, glittery finish. But you can see here how that overspray is sort of coming off. Now they are still shimmering colors, but that silver frostiness that's really on top is just a spray. So now applied more normally with a powder brush, here is one layer of Please Yourself. This is a pink with, MAC says Plum Marble. So it does have like a frosty marbleness in the pan still, even when that overspray is kind of faded. Here it is with 2 layers applied. It is super glittery and frosty, just to let you know. And here it is with 3 layers applied. Alright, so there you can see the difference between the 1, 2, and 3 layers. Very shimmery on the cheeks. Here's Uplifting, which is a peach with bright orange marbling. Here it is with a second layer applied. I think for both these colors, you probably need 2 layers. This one especially. Here it is with 3 layers applied. This shade is even more glittery and frosty. I mean, when you're picking it up from the pan, it goes absolutely everywhere. So not my favorite in terms of how much shimmer there is. So here's Uplifting with 1, 2, and 3 layers. Honestly, this is more like a shimmering highlighter to me than a blush. Next up we have the Mineralize eyeshadows. There are 6 of them at $22 each. These are all new and limited edition, and as you can see, each pan sort of has 2 tones of the same color. Here's Force of Nature, Just Breathe, Leap, Spiritual Life, Uninhibited, and Natural Vigor. So swatched over primer in Force of Nature, here's the top shade. And here's the bottom shade. They're both shimmering brown. The top is a little more warm toned, bottom is a little more taupey. Here's the top shade in Just Breathe. And the bottom shade. They're both shimmering blues. The top is a very light blue. The bottom is more of a gray blue. Here's the top shade from Leap. I actually put my brush in the pan twice because the first time I thought, oh, I didn't put enough product on, but no, it's just very dry. So this is it actually with 3 dips back into the pan. And this is the bottom shade again. Such a dry, patchy, weak transfer. Here it is with 2 layers. And here it is with 3. This is a shimmering lavender. The top one is more muted, the bottom one is a little more purple. So here are your first three shades. As you can see, each duo on the top has a shimmering shade while the bottom shade is more frosty or glittery. Here's the top shade in Natural Vigor and the bottom shade. These are shimmery champagne peach colors. Top shade is more champagne, bottom shade is more peach. Here's the top shade in Spiritual Life. And here's the bottom shade. These are shimmering pale lemon colors. Top shade is more pale, bottom shade is a little more yellow. And here's the top color in Uninhibited. And the bottom color. These are both shimmering light grays. Top one's lighter, bottom one's darker. Alright, so there are your next set of three shades. Again, the bottom shade is more shimmery or glittery. And here are 5 Mineralize Rich lipsticks. These are $22 each. And actually only one of these shades is limited edition. That's the last shade that I'm going to show you. Here's Be Fabulous, Dreaminess, Luxe Naturel, Style Surge, and this one's the only non-permanent shade. This is Touch the Earth. So Be Fabulous is a washed out pastel pink. Dreaminess is a soft, cool pink cream. Luxe Naturel is a light beige cream. Style Surge is a neutral coral cream. And Touch the Earth is a light wood brown. Okay, here are your 5 Mineralize Rich lipstick shades up close. Swatches of these applied to the lips will be at the review. See the description box for the links to those as they go up. Alright, and then we have 5 limited edition Mineralize glasses. These are also $22 each. Here's Beautiful Moves, Boundless Energy, Loose and Lively, On Cue, and Poetic. Beautiful Moves is a pale mint with pearl. Boundless Energy is a violet pink. Loose and Lively is a peachy orange. On Cue is a gold pearl. And Poetic is a pale champagne pink with pearl. So there are the Mineralized glass shades up close. As you can see, they are very sheerly pigmented, almost to give you no color. So these are for a very natural look or just as a gloss overlay to an underlying lip color. Okay, so there is the MAC Lightness of Being collection. Honestly, I'm pretty unimpressed with this collection, and I think it is simply because the nature of the shades are so muted that it's really hard to make them captivating or interesting. And that's not to say that natural colors are boring. I'm a great lover of neutral, natural shades, but there's just something about this collection that is very, very underwhelming and a little too understated, except for the Mineralize blushes, which were really loud in the wrong way. So equally unimpressive, but for a different reason. So I think that the Mineralized blushes were just so glittery. The glitter went literally everywhere. You could see it in the air as I was swatching. You probably couldn't see it on camera, but I could see it in the air. I could see it kicking up into the air as I was picking up the product from the pan. It is literally all over the desk, all over the other products. It is on my clothes. It is sticking all over to my hands, even though I've tried to wipe them down with a makeup wipe. So I really don't enjoy that aspect. I am one that can appreciate a shimmering cheek color, but I don't like my glitter getting everywhere around. So thumbs down from me just in terms of that aspect of those blushes. The colors themselves are nice and they're buildable, but to me it just wouldn't be worth it with all of that glitter going everywhere. The mineralized eyeshadows I think would be nice for someone who appreciates the mineralized formula and does want something that is shimmering and a little more subtle in color. I don't particularly like the formula. I think that it could be much more buttery and smooth, especially with some of the shades that are on top. The more frosty or glittery shades that are in the bottom of each pan are more creamy and soft, but overall I just, again, am not that impressed by either the colors or the formula. The lipsticks, surprisingly, I think I'm the most impressed by, but there's only one new color in that batch, so that aspect of it is also not that impressive. Because the other 4 shades are permanent, you can get them at any time, and this collection didn't bring us anything new except for Touch the Earth, which I think is going to be quite a difficult shade, that brown tone, for people to pull off. And then, wow, the mineralized glasses, they really are so sheer that they're not going to change the colors of your lips at all. And so really it's just like having almost like a clear gloss, or a clear gloss with some shimmer in it. I really don't see the point in even coming out with a variety of shades for this product, given that the pigmentation is so sheer. So in my book, a pretty missed collection from MAC. Please share with me what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I hope this was helpful to you in determining what you are interested in, if anything, from this collection. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next video. Eye color product from L'Oreal. These are the Infallible Eye Crayons, and they are available in 8 shades. So you can find these at your local drugstore. I found mine at CVS, but you should also be able to find them at Walgreens and at Rite Aid.